This video is a heartfelt tribute to the legendary wrestlers we've lost, celebrating their unforgettable contributions to wrestling and the lasting legacies they've left behind. Their passion and dedication continue to inspire millions. We also share emotional updates about Zoe Starks, whose recent news has touched fans worldwide. Join us in honoring their incredible lives and reflecting on their impact. Don't forget to subscribe to keep their inspiring stories alive for generations to come. Pat Patterson, born on January 19, 1941, in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, was a legendary professional wrestler whose impact on the industry remains unparalleled. He began his wrestling career in the 1950s, quickly gaining recognition for his exceptional technical skills and charismatic presence inside the ring. Competing across various North American territories, Patterson captured numerous championships, earning deep respect from both fans and fellow wrestlers. Patterson's name is most famously linked with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he became a key figure not only as a wrestler, but also as an innovator and backstage influencer. In 1979, he became the first-ever Intercontinental Champion, a title he helped elevate through fierce rivalries and memorable matches, notably against Sergeant Slaughter. His creative genius extended beyond wrestling matches. Patterson is credited with inventing the Royal Rumble match in 1988, one of WWE's most iconic and enduring events. Off-camera, Patterson broke barriers as one of the first openly gay figures in professional wrestling, paving the way for greater LGBTQ+ visibility in a traditionally conservative industry. His courage and authenticity earned him admiration and respect, making him a trailblazer in every sense. Beyond his in-ring career, Patterson served as a producer and creative consultant, playing a crucial role in shaping wrestling storylines and nurturing emerging talent. His mentorship and kindness made him a beloved figure backstage, where he helped shape the future of wrestling. Pat Patterson, leaving behind a profound legacy. Remembered for his in-ring excellence, innovative spirit, and groundbreaking role as an LGBTQ+ pioneer, Patterson's influence continues to inspire wrestlers and fans worldwide, securing his place as one of wrestling's true legends. Charlie Norris, born on October 21, 1963, in Red Lake, Minnesota, was a respected American professional wrestler, best known for his work in the early 1990s, particularly in World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Growing up on the Red Lake Indian Reservation, Norris graduated from Red Lake Senior High School in 1984 before pursuing a career in wrestling. He trained under the legendary Eddie Sharkey starting in 1988, quickly developing his skills and making a name for himself on the regional wrestling scene. Norris became a standout performer in Pro Wrestling America, PWA, a Minnesota-based promotion where he was a key figure in the main event scene. He captured his first PWA Heavyweight Championship on October 4, 1989, by defeating Ricky Rice. This victory marked the beginning of a strong championship presence, as Norris held the title for 8 months before dropping it back to Rice in May 1990. Over the years, Norris won the PWA Heavyweight Championship 5 times, demonstrating his dominance and popularity in the promotion. In addition to his singles success, he also claimed the PWA Tag Team Championship twice, further cementing his legacy in the company. In 1991, Norris was considered for a Native American wrestling character in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, a role that eventually went to Chris Chavez. Despite this setback, Norris continued to wrestle successfully on the independent circuit. Norris's wrestling career peaked during his 1993 tenure in WCW, where he gained national exposure. His presence as a Native American wrestler was significant, providing representation for indigenous athletes in professional wrestling. Charlie Norris, leaving behind a lasting legacy, particularly for Native American wrestling fans. His contributions to the sport and his trailblazing role continue to be remembered and celebrated. Dick Murdoch was a celebrated American professional wrestler, known for his tough, charismatic style and strong presence in the ring. Born on August 16, 1946, in Waxahachie, Texas, Murdoch's love for wrestling started early, and he made his professional debut during the 1960s. Embracing his Texan roots, he developed a rugged persona that resonated with fans and made him a standout competitor across various wrestling promotions throughout the United States. Over his long career, Murdoch became a key figure in major wrestling territories, including the National Wrestling Alliance, ANWA, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. He proved his versatility by excelling as both a singles wrestler and a tag team specialist. Notably, Murdoch formed memorable tag teams with legendary wrestlers like Dusty Rhodes and Adrian Adonis, which helped cement his status as a top performer. His in-ring battles against icons such as Ric Flair and Terry Funk drew significant attention and added to the golden era of professional wrestling. Murdoch was a multiple-time tag team champion, showcasing his ability to create chemistry with partners and deliver exciting matches. Beyond his wrestling skills, his engaging interviews and vibrant personality made him a fan favorite. His charisma extended beyond the ring, where his interviews helped build his legend and deepen his connection with audiences. Tragically, Dick Murdoch's life was cut short when he died from a heart attack at the age of 49. Despite his early passing, his impact on professional wrestling remains significant. Murdoch is remembered not only for his powerful wrestling style and championship success, but also for his magnetic personality that left an enduring mark on the sport. His legacy continues to inspire fans and wrestlers alike, preserving his place in wrestling history. Jay Briscoe, born Jamin J. Pugh on January 25, 1984, in Sandy Fork, Delaware, was a legendary professional wrestler best known for his iconic role in Ring of Honor, ROH. Alongside his younger brother Mark, Jay formed the Briscoe brothers, a tag team that became synonymous with toughness, passion, and unforgettable matches in the wrestling world. Starting their careers young, the Briscoe brothers debuted in ROH in 2002 and quickly rose to prominence. Known for their hard-hitting, high-energy style and seamless chemistry, Jay and Mark became one of the most celebrated tag teams in wrestling history. They captured the ROH World Tag Team titles multiple times, holding the record for the most reigns in the promotion. Their blend of brawling, technical skill, and heart made them fan favorites and true ROH legends. While Jay's tag team success was remarkable, his singles career was equally impressive. He was a two-time ROH World Champion, first winning the title in 2013. Jay's matches were marked by raw intensity and a relentless drive that thrilled audiences. His rugged persona and powerful promos helped him stand out as a dynamic and respected competitor both in and out of the ring. Jay Briscoe's dedication extended beyond wrestling. He was a devoted family man who cherished his wife and children and was deeply connected to his community. Tragically, Jay's life was cut short on January 17, 2023, when he died in a car accident at the age of 38. His passing was mourned by wrestling fans and colleagues worldwide. Jay Briscoe's legacy lives on through his groundbreaking contributions to ROH and independent wrestling, remembered as a passionate, fierce, and unforgettable competitor. Misty Blue Simmons, born Diane Cotton Simmons on February 8, 1956, was a highly respected American professional wrestler who left a lasting impact on women's wrestling. Beginning her career in the mid-1980s, she trained under the legendary Killer Kowalski, which helped shape her into the dynamic and skilled performer she became. Making her debut in 1985, Misty Blue quickly stood out for her athletic ability, charisma, and captivating presence in the ring. Throughout her career, Simmez wrestled in numerous promotions, including notable appearances in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. While her time in WWF was limited, she made a memorable impression with her high-energy performances and strong connection to fans. She was part of an important era when women's wrestling was evolving from a niche attraction into a respected and popular sport, and she played a role in helping to elevate the women's division during this critical time. What set Misty Blue apart was not only her in-ring talent, but also her dedication to advancing women's wrestling as a whole. She was passionate about empowering female athletes and pushing for greater visibility and respect for women in professional wrestling. Her commitment to the sport and to her peers helped pave the way for future generations of women wrestlers. Misty Blue Simmez. Her was deeply mourned by fans and fellow wrestlers alike, who celebrated her contributions and remembered her as a trailblazer in women's wrestling. Her legacy endures through the strides she made for women in the industry and the inspiration she continues to provide for wrestlers today. Misty Blue Simmez remains an important figure in the history of professional wrestling, honored for her talent, passion, and lasting influence. Candi Devine, born January 1, 1959, was a trailblazing American professional wrestler who made a significant impact on women's wrestling during the 1980s and 1990s. Known for her vibrant personality and fierce determination, Devine quickly rose to prominence with her exceptional in-ring skills and magnetic charisma. Making her wrestling debut in the mid-1980s, Devine competed in major promotions like the American Wrestling Association, AWA, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. She stood out for her athleticism and technical ability, captivating fans with a dynamic style that blended power and agility. As one of the pioneering women to break into mainstream wrestling promotions, Devine helped open doors for future generations of female wrestlers. Throughout her career, Candi Devine earned several prestigious titles, including the coveted AWA Women's Championship. These accomplishments cemented her status as a top competitor and a respected figure in the wrestling community. But her influence extended beyond championships. She was also a passionate advocate for women's wrestling, tirelessly working to promote greater recognition and opportunities for female athletes in the sport. Devine's dedication to advancing women's roles in wrestling made her not only a fan favorite, but also a role model for aspiring wrestlers. She used her platform to push for equality and respect in an industry that was often dominated by men, contributing to the evolution of women's wrestling into the popular and competitive spectacle it is today. Sadly, Candi Devine, but her legacy endures. Remembered as a pioneering figure and fierce competitor, she continues to inspire wrestlers and fans alike, securing her place in the history of professional wrestling as a true trailblazer for women in the sport. In the world of professional wrestling, few stories resonate as deeply as those of athletes who overcome immense obstacles to rise to prominence. Zoe Stark's journey is one such story, one marked by relentless determination, incredible athleticism, and a fierce will to succeed. From humble beginnings in Salt Lake City to the bright lights of WWE's Raw brand, Stark's career has been shaped by triumph, heartbreak, injury, and an unwavering commitment to her craft. Known for her technical skill, explosive agility, and vibrant persona, Stark has captivated wrestling fans around the globe. Yet behind the scenes, her path has not been easy. A devastating anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, injury threatened to end her career just as it was beginning to take off, forcing her into a challenging and grueling recovery process. But true to her fighting spirit, Stark has emerged from this setback stronger and more determined than ever. This detailed account explores the full arc of Zoey Stark's wrestling journey, from her early life and entry into the sport, through the rise within WWE, the life-changing injury, her remarkable comeback, and the future she is carving out for herself in one of wrestling's most competitive divisions. It is a testament to resilience, passion, and the power of never giving up. Early life and wrestling origins, from Teresa Serrano to Zoey Stark. Zoey Stark was born Teresa Serrano on January 25, 1994, in Salt Lake City, Utah. Growing up in a supportive family, she was an active child with a love for sports and physical challenges from an early age. Whether it was gymnastics, martial arts, or running track, Teresa was always drawn to athletic pursuits that tested her strength and agility. Her introduction to professional wrestling came in her late teens, a time when she began training under the tutelage of some of the most respected trainers in the independent wrestling scene. Early mentors such as Allison Danger and cheerleader Melissa instilled in her a deep appreciation for the art and discipline of wrestling, emphasizing not only physicality, but storytelling and character work. Additional training from veterans like Tom Howard, Derek Hubbard, and Sin Bodhi helped Teresa refine her technical skills and build the confidence necessary to succeed in the squared circle. It was during these formative years that she adopted the ring name Zoey Stark, a moniker reflecting her fierce, unyielding nature and star potential. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing approximately 141 pounds, Stark's athletic frame and remarkable agility set her apart in a world where charisma and in-ring ability are equally vital. Her early matches on the independent circuit showcased a unique blend of technical wrestling, high-flying maneuvers, and striking, an exciting mix that earned her a growing fan base and caught the eye of larger promotions. Signing with WWE, a dream realized, and the NXT launchpad. In 2020, Zoey Stark achieved a lifelong dream when she signed with World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, the industry's biggest stage. Assigned to the NXT brand, WWE's developmental division known for cultivating top-tier talent, Stark's arrival marked the beginning of a new chapter. NXT offered Stark the platform to further showcase her skills against some of the best female wrestlers in the business. Her intense matches, blending technical mastery with high-energy offense, quickly made her a fan favorite. Whether competing in hard-fought singles bouts or teaming up with fellow wrestlers in tag matches, Stark's performances reflected a maturity and confidence beyond her years. One of the highlights of her WWE tenure came when she captured the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship alongside her partner. This achievement validated Stark as a legitimate contender in the company and signaled her readiness for greater opportunities. It also highlighted her versatility and ability to adapt to different match styles and dynamics. Stark's persona was equally compelling, a combination of grit, determination, and authenticity that resonated with audiences. She became an inspiring figure for fans who admired not just her wrestling prowess, but also her relatable character and story of overcoming adversity. The ACL injury, a devastating blow. Just as Zoey Stark was gaining momentum in NXT, tragedy struck. In early 2021, she suffered a torn anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, in her knee, one of the most serious injuries an athlete can face. The ACL is a key ligament that stabilizes the knee joint, essential for explosive movements, sudden stops, and directional changes, all vital to a wrestler's performance. The injury occurred during a high-impact match, a moment that abruptly changed the trajectory of Stark's career. The pain was immediate and intense, and the diagnosis confirmed the worst fears: a complete tear of the ACL, necessitating surgery and a long rehabilitation process. For a wrestler whose style depended heavily on agility, speed, and balance, the ACL injury posed an existential threat to her future in the ring. The prognosis was sobering. Recovery would likely take 9 to 12 months, with no guarantee of returning to pre-injury form. This moment tested Stark's mental and emotional strength like never before. The injury forced her out of competition, away from the fans, and into months of uncertainty. The road to recovery: physical and mental battles. Zoe Stark's recovery journey was a monumental challenge, physically grueling and emotionally draining. ACL reconstruction surgery involves replacing the torn ligament with a graft, followed by an extensive period of physical therapy focused on restoring mobility, strength, and stability. The rehabilitation process tested Stark's patience and resolve. Early stages required her to limit weight bearing on the injured leg, gradually increasing activity as healing progressed. Physical therapy sessions were demanding, often pushing her body to the brink to regain muscle control and coordination. Yet the mental battle was even more profound. The fear of re-injury, the frustration of limited mobility, and the anxiety of lost momentum weighed heavily. Many athletes struggle with confidence after ACL injuries, sometimes leading to premature retirement or diminished performance. Stark, however, refused to succumb to doubt. She approached each day with a fighter's mindset, setting incremental goals and celebrating every milestone. Through dedication and unwavering focus, she accelerated her recovery timeline beyond expectations. Doctors and trainers alike were astonished by her progress. While the average ACL rehab takes close to a year, Stark was back training intensely within months. Her determination to return to the ring and perform at the highest level drove her forward. Returning to the ring, adjustments and new challenges. When Zoe Stark made her in-ring return, it was a triumphant moment for fans and herself. However, the journey back to full competition required strategic adjustments. Despite her remarkable recovery, the knee remained vulnerable. Stark and WWE's medical team took a cautious approach to minimize the risk of re-injury. This meant modifying her wrestling style to rely less on high-impact aerial moves and more on technical wrestling, strikes, and storytelling. Such a shift was not easy for a performer known for her explosive agility. Stark had to relearn how to move with confidence, managing the balance between pushing her limits and protecting her body. Her resilience shone through once more as she adapted with grace and effectiveness. The evolution of her in-ring style demonstrated maturity and wrestling IQ, proving she could excel through versatility. Rumors and speculation. The wrestling community's concern. Throughout Stark's recovery and return, rumors and speculation about her long-term health swirled within the wrestling community. Some fans expressed concern that her return was too soon, fearing a potential recurrence of the ACL injury, which can be common in high-impact sports. Others speculated about the toll that relentless travel, constant matches, and physical strain take on wrestlers' bodies over time. It's well known that professional wrestling, while scripted, demands extraordinary physical endurance. The wear and tear on joints, muscles, and bones can accumulate, leading to chronic injuries and early retirement for many. Some insiders whispered that Stark might need to take additional time off in the future to fully heal or address other emerging issues. These rumors, while speculative, highlighted the precarious nature of a wrestling career and the difficult balance between ambition and health. Stark has addressed these concerns openly, emphasizing her commitment to listening to her body and prioritizing long-term wellness. Her approach to training, nutrition, and recovery reflects a holistic focus on maintaining peak condition sustainably. Mental toughness, the unsung hero of recovery. While much of the focus often falls on the physical aspects of an athlete's injury and rehab, the mental and emotional challenges are equally significant. Zoe Stark's ACL injury presented a formidable psychological hurdle. Wrestling is as much a mental game as it is physical, requiring focus, confidence, and the ability to perform under pressure. Being sidelined due to injury, cut off from the adrenaline of competition, and the camaraderie of the locker room can lead to feelings of isolation and self-doubt. Stark candidly spoke about these struggles. She described the internal battle to overcome fear of re-injury, fear of not living up to expectations, and fear of losing her place in a fiercely competitive roster. Her return wasn't just a physical comeback, but a mental victory over those fears. Stark's ability to push through uncertainty, to trust her body again, and to embrace the challenge ahead demonstrated a level of mental toughness that inspires fellow athletes and fans alike. The Pure Fusion Collective. A new chapter. Following her return, Zoe Stark became a member of the Pure Fusion Collective, a wrestling stable within WWE. This affiliation has offered her fresh creative opportunities and new storytelling angles. Being part of a stable not only allows wrestlers to develop their characters in new ways, but also provides support and mentorship from experienced teammates. For Stark, this collective dynamic has helped showcase her adaptability and charisma beyond solo competition. Her involvement in faction storylines broadens her appeal and presents exciting possibilities for rivalries, alliances, and championship pursuits. Looking forward, the future of Zoe Stark in WWE. As Zoe Stark continues to build her career post-injury, the future is filled with promise and potential. WWE's women's division is one of the most dynamic and competitive in wrestling history, featuring a diverse roster of talent. Stark's unique blend of technical skill, athleticism, and personality positions her well for continued success. Fans eagerly anticipate her pursuit of further championships, both in singles competition and tag teams. With her history of overcoming adversity, Stark embodies the kind of story WWE loves to promote, a star rising against the odds. Her experience also makes her a role model for younger wrestlers, illustrating that setbacks do not have to define careers, but can instead serve as fuel for greater achievements. Legacy and inspiration. More than just a wrestler, Zoe Stark's journey transcends wrestling. Her story is a universal one about facing hardships, enduring pain, and emerging stronger. In a sport that blends athleticism with entertainment, she stands out as a beacon of perseverance. By overcoming a career-threatening injury, she has inspired countless fans who may be facing their own struggles, whether physical, mental, or emotional. Stark's openness about her recovery process and mental battles adds a human dimension to the wrestling persona. Her legacy will be not only as a skilled competitor, but as a symbol of resilience, courage, and determination. Conclusion: the indomitable spirit of Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark's career arc, from her roots in Utah through the trials of injury to her triumphant return, illustrates the power of grit and passion in professional wrestling. Injuries, especially something as severe as an ACL tear, can derail the brightest prospects. Yet Stark's story shows that with the right mindset, support, and dedication, Athletes can overcome the toughest setbacks. Her ongoing journey promises exciting chapters ahead. Whether battling for titles, engaging in compelling storylines, or mentoring the next generation, Stark is poised to leave an enduring mark on WWE and the wrestling world. For fans, Zoe Stark is more than an athlete. She is an inspiration, a living testament that true champions are defined not just by victories in the ring, but by their ability to rise after every fall.